up to the zone, right? So when we lead up to the zone, we don't have to read every candle, and we certainly don't have to read every number. But if we just read kind of these three candles over here, what we can see is we can see a huge red bar, a huge green bar over here, a lot of green over here, and a lot of green over here. We even see a decent amount of green coming into the zone, right? So what do these green bars actually mean, right? So what these green bars mean is that there's more aggressive buyers and sellers. So I'm going to be going over three examples of how you can interpret the footprint charts and the order flow charts, right? So footprint charts give you the order flow, and so this here over here represents 110 for 484. So that means that there's roughly 4 times as many aggressive buyers than sellers, right? So the market continues to move up. So we can see the market being rewarded at this area, right? We can see the same kind of thing happening over here, where really what we can see is we see 139 for 346. So roughly, what is that, 2.5 times, 3 times as many aggressive buyers as there are sellers. So we can see aggressive buyers hitting the ask, driving price higher. So coming into this area, this kind of 4-hour supply area, we had a ton of aggressive buyers. Same thing over here, right? If we just read this number, we saw a lot of aggressive buyers, right? 71 for 275 resting over here. So we can see significant ask volume compared to the bid, which means that buyers are going in with market prices. Buyers are aggressive. But the question now is, are buyers in control? Now, this is super important to understand. Now, this was a green candle, right? This here was a green candle before we had the large meltdown. But what you need to understand, if we go to the regular candlestick chart, right, this particular area, if we look over here in this region, we saw a huge amount of aggressive buyers, right? So these aggressive buyers were driving the price higher. So what we had over here is we had the ask, which was a lot greater than the bid, right? This means that buyers, let me spell that right. This means that buyers are aggressive, right? Buyers are aggressive in this region, right? Let me just mind my spelling, right? So buyers are aggressive in this region. And so if you see buyers aggressive in this region, but the market breaks below them, you need to understand and ask yourself, what is going on in this region, right? Who is in control? And so the candle, the most interesting I want to kind of bring traders to is this candle. This was a green candle. You can see the candle was green by the body. But when we go into this candle and we look into more detail, what you can understand is that we had a lot of red delta creeping into the zone, right? So we actually had right at the top, if you look right at the top, we had zeros at the top, right? 0 for 8, 0 for 5.